Red Rocket is a film by Sean Baker. Now, I'm familiar with this director. He likes to do stories about sex workers, usually documentary style drama, comedy, dark comedy films about lower class people that are, they don't have the most exactly stable lives, but they're trying to get by. So the Florida Project was a really deeply moving film. So I wasn't really interested in this movie either, but the guys over at Red Letter Media did a video just about this, so I figured I'd watch it. The library had it. This one is about Mikey Saber. He is a washed-up porn star who left town 17 years ago to LA. Now he's back. He's got bruises all over his face. He's got a sob story, and he's trying to convince his wife, they're still married, to let him sleep on her couch until he can get back on his feet. She tries to keep him at bay, but he has this sort of like silver-tongued charm that he uses on everyone. You quickly find out what kind of a person Mikey Saber is. He's kind of like a con man, hustler, talks big, but doesn't have a lot to back up his bravado. And it's a really interesting character study, a really great performance from Simon Rex, who actually did some porn when he was in 18 or 19 to pay the bills. So it feels like a really grounded drama with a lot of stark background imagery of like rural Texas. And the plot gets really creepy when Mikey meets a 17-year-old Strawberry. She's a redheaded girl who works at a donut shop, and he talks her up to move to LA with him and gets her to dump her boyfriend and stuff. There's a lot of humorous scenes, a lot of great shots. Cinematography is very simple. It's filmed in 16mm film. That's a nice touch, different from his other films. But the movie has a really great way of not hiding, but it sort of doesn't give you clear-cut answers to sort of Mikey's backstory. We only find out through dialogue what happened. When he bumps into people, he's got a neighbor named Lonnie that he hangs out with. Just because Lonnie has a car, he'll use anyone and anything to benefit himself. He's a very selfish person. He's a cad. Someone who will just talk your ear off and then borrow your cell phone, and then just because he needs to do that. He's the type of person that will literally do anything to take whatever he can in the moment, because that's the type of person he is. He's very selfish, and it's a really great character study in that regard, but it's also a lot of stuff that you just have to infer. Like he says, oh, I got in a fight, that's why I got bruises all over me, I had to take the bus because I don't have my car. You don't really even know what happened in LA for him to just show up on his ex-wife, or not ex-wife, but his wife's porch, 17 years later. Everyone thought he was big on stardom, but he likes to use his porn star status to try to get things. It's really interesting film, a little bit long. It's a little over 2 hours long, but it's a really interesting sort of look into the sort of a life of someone that you don't really, it feels really authentic. There's a lot of people in here that are non-actors. Sean Baker likes to do that, where he grabs people that only been in one thing or never been in a movie, and you have fun guessing if the person's like a professional actor or they're not. Great performances all around, especially the wife character. She's very subdued, and the young girl playing the one being sort of courted by this older man. Red Rocket's a really interesting drama film. Some sexual content in there, so it's not for people. Not for everyone. It's rated R for a reason. But it's an interesting story. It's a really unique vision from the director. I really enjoyed it. So I give Red Rocket a 7 out of 10.